But yeah, like you were starting to say before I cut you off, you and
Oh
Dandy
shit.
held a Halloween party this
Yeah,
past
yeah, it was
Saturday.
nice. Yeah, it was nice, man. It was we had about 15 people or so, and it
Hmm.
was a good crew, mix of a couple of our friends and some of my friends and just other people we like mutually know and everything. So it was fun, and I got to see some people we haven't seen in a bit. And Tommy was actually there, so that was really
I
nice,
know
and
Tommy
Megan
and
was there
Megan.
too. So the rare appearance by the both of them, so that was really
Yeah,
nice.
you were just missing one member of our five.
Yes, he was originally supposed to go, but then he had a family obligation kind of last minute,
Ah,
so he opted to go there. Yeah, so it was all good though. But no, so we got to see everyone, so that was nice. It was interesting because it was like the first time we truly had hosted like a party, and
hmm.
it definitely like the first like 40 minutes we kind of both, I know her more so for than me, but I still felt like this a little bit, like we both kind of felt like we were chickens running around with our heads cut off, like just
Oh
racing
yeah,
around, just like,
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
trying to make sure everything was like settled and like, oh, like is the food ready? He's like, you got, because like there's like a couple last minute things where like, oh, we thought we were ready and had more time, but clearly not. Everyone's kind of here.
That's usually how it goes when you're hosting a party. You think you have so much time, but before you know, it's like shit, and then you feel like a
Yeah,
chicken with
it's
your
like,
head cut
oh,
off, like you said.
yeah. So, but it was good though, and I think I'm not gonna lie, that's probably one of the first times I think I've actually like either like been hosting slash or like gone to like a party where like, well, like, everyone come over 7, where like pretty much everyone was already there by 7 at the latest, like 7:10,
Well, we do like
and
to be
that,
fashionably late, Jeff.
yes, this is true.
7:01 p.m.
Yeah, but because I'm so used to just like people are just like, oh, I'll show up at 7 and then show up at like 8:30. So I'm
Yeah.
just so used to that. Like,
Oh,
I think that also
yeah. I
threw us
have
off too.
family
Where
members so
like
like that. Whenever there's a holidays, like
there's
what like
always
with
one
Thanksgiving
family
coming up, that's always the big one because it's like the one holiday that's always at like 2:30 or 3ish, depending on who you are or
exactly,
what family you are. Um, and always it's dinner starts at this time, but people start
yeah,
coming like an hour beforehand. Or we
yeah.
have those like I have some like my aunt where occasionally start
Mm-hmm.
come like not last minute, but pretty much like a couple minutes at
As
times.
last minute as you can get.
Yeah, to pretty much when we were going to be ready
Yeah,
to eat. But it still wasn't ready yet. Like food wasn't ready yet. Stuff still
yeah,
cooking. But
yeah.
like you
But
planned out so much of that time whenever you're planning a party of like, okay, I have to make sure this is on at this time. So it's
yep.
out by the time, just kind of have to. Then you're like, oh, okay, how many people are we having over? So now I have to do math even more, which we're great at math anyway. So,
Yeah,
uh,
obviously.
yes. So, you have to kind of multiply it depending on how many people you have over.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
definitely not
And
it's
like
not
you always
easy.
like,
It's definitely not an
mhm.
easy thing to do to host. And by host,
it,
obviously a party, not like if you're having like a few friends over, a few friends over, it's no
Oh,
big
that's
deal.
a piece of cake. Yeah, but no, like something like that. That's it has its challenging moments for sure because you don't know if everyone show up all at the same time or all throughout the night or who's bringing what. So yeah,
Yeah,
but it was fun
that's
though,
kind of
and I
my
had a
that
good
was kind of
good
my
amount of people.
thought process because like obviously because and it's kind of that social obligation because there's I think for yours it's a little different because I think you said say maybe bring something just to have or
Exactly.
whatever. But like there's those social obligations for parties like should I bring something? Should I not bring
Hmm.
something? Like
Yeah.
just kind of that thought process. Like, well, you just want to be like a good like guest, so you end up bringing
No,
something.
for
So
sure.
I thought,
Which and
well,
it is always appreciated, of
as
course.
I figured, because I went out earlier that day just to try to find something to, for everyone to be able to drink. And I thought, well, you're probably going to have some bottles and like mixers and stuff like that. So you can
Hmm.
easily like, like make rum and cokes or whatever.
Hmm.
It's like, well, what else could you do? And it's like, well, we could do beers, but if we we're going to have beers or if Brian was going, there was going to be beers available. So it's like, well,
It
it
was
would be a
funny
good,
because
so
yeah,
that's kind of
sorry,
why I went with like the,
the
um,
star size, yeah.
serve
But I think he left those in my fridge.
keep them. It's yours now.
Okay. Score.
Yeah, it was for the party, so
Yeah. Okay. That sounds good.
it's not
Well,
like we need more. It's not like we need more alcohol here. So
false. You always do. um, but yeah, so. So no, it was fun.
It was
You know, it
fun.
was a good time, and yeah, you were killing it on the pong table, man.
Yes, it
You were on
was.
fire.
Yes, for like the
So
first
yeah.
time ever.
Although I will say, I think you and I did pretty well together at Fitz bachelor party. So you gotta give yourself some street cred there.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
That's what they say. If anyone else can remember,
Well, I don't know if Tommy can, but maybe somebody
JJ
else at the
probably couldn't
party.
either.
Just going back to your party for a second, that was actually the first time I actually stepped foot in your new apartment. You've been there
It
for
was
over, you've
same
been there
thing.
over a year
Yeah,
now, and that was
same
actually,
thing with Brian because you guys have both
I've
come
like
by
done,
and picked me up.
I've done drive-bys
But
before,
you,
but never,
yes, but you never stepped foot in, which is just very funny.
yeah, which that was the one thing I thought about too before, your party's like, because I was thinking back to your old apartments, like,
Mm.
even with like
This
15 people, I
doesn't
feel
look
like it's going to
right.
be pretty like packed, even like in a
Yeah,
small apartment, but your apartment seems a little more like spacious. So
spread
actually
out.
didn't
It really is,
it
which
didn't
is
seem
funny though.
like
Because
too crowded at all, even though you had like
no,
15 some people.
it didn't. Because it's ironic because it's literally the same exact size as your old apartment that
Yeah,
you've
it
been
just
in.
laid out differently.
Exactly, the layout's so much better. It's like a very more like family slash like person friendly environment to like actually do stuff because like you can be spread out all throughout the whole place and not feel like you're just like in everyone's business. Like
Yeah.
obviously the kitchen's super small, but like
But
it's
it's
at least
just
an
any
open
apartment you get, it's
kitchen,
going to have a small
thankfully.
kitchen.
Exactly, yeah. So it's at least an open kitchen, which is a huge advantage because like you can easily like slip in one side and go out the other, and so that's always nice.